Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising. What an amazing day it is already. So, this morning I wanted to talk about choosing you. And I think I might change the subject, choose you. I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's just the first thing that came to my mind when I asked um, God what to speak about this morning. So, I started this group, Self Love Prescription, um, to teach what I've learned about loving yourself, putting yourself first, um, and how that relationship that you have with yourself has everything to do with your relationship with God. That might go over your head, but just stick with me. Um, I personally believe that when you love yourself, choose yourself, put yourself first, um, you show up in the world and in everywhere that you have responsibility or perform in absolute excellence. In other words, if you want to be a better mother, you need to choose yourself. If you want to be a better business partner, um, business owner, um, coworker, president, whatever it is that your your um, your title is, you need to choose yourself. And these are my observations and my opinions, obviously, because this is how I have been able to see other people do it and have joined them. This is how you be a better wife. This is how you can be a better human being, period. When you are working at your optimal state, nothing, like nothing, can like knock you off because you choose yourself first. In other words, the morning moment, a morning routine is you choosing yourself first, you pouring into yourself so that when that person that cuts you off, that used to piss you off, you're just like, okay. Or you turn the music up, or you do something other than getting angry or rolling your window down or whatever people do when people get cut off. Or when your child doesn't do their homework, instead of you getting upset or possibly yelling at them or whatever, you just choose a different thing to do. Um, I mean, I can use all kinds of different instances or whatever subjects or whatever the case may be. But to me, putting yourself first, loving yourself, self love is the ultimate. It's the whole purpose of this group. And so today, I just wanted to speak a little bit about choosing yourself. A lot of people think self love is, I don't know, getting your hair and your nails done, getting massages, whatever. That's all cool. But what actually does it mean if you are not doing anything for yourself on the inside? If you're just, your outside shell looks good and your inside is like a mess. Like, what's the purpose? So, yeah, what does choose again? Choose you mean to me? Like, I think I've given you enough examples, but maybe I'll just give you an example of my own personal. So, I have worked in very toxic environments um, over, oh, forget it. I won't even say. So I was working in a toxic environment, and this is when I was actually going through my spiritual awakening. And what I found was that when I did certain things or kept up certain practices, one being my morning routine, um, that I had more strength, that I had more endurance and that I chose to do different things than what I would do before. And I chose to think different things also and feel differently when I was, surrounded by people at the lunch table talking about people. I would just get up and leave. Whereas before I would just sit there. It's like, and I didn't necessarily agree with what was going on, but I still was sitting there. So, or, in past relationships, like certain things would upset me or bother me. But when I really, really got into my routine and just the things that I did throughout the day, those things just did not bother me anymore. It also goes along with me building a stronger relationship with God as well. Um, not instead choosing you also to me means putting yourself down and allowing something higher than you to not only speak to you but to speak through you as well. And when you, for me, I was like a control freak because that's what I've had to do as a single mom and in different situations in my past, not necessarily being protected or held. So I always was the one who ended up having to take control of whatever the situation was. So I was a control freak. So I had to control everything, including my own life choices and things of that nature. So to allow a higher power to speak to me or for me to get direction from someone else, it was a challenge. Um, but yeah, let me go back to just the basics because I don't really want to talk about that because a lot of times people don't want to hear that. But if you do, let me know. um, so choosing again is just a self improvement um, statement. And when you back it up with action, it's a life changer. It is a stress reliever. It is uh, a relationship fixer. It is a mental health um, aid. There are all kinds of things that I can say about putting yourself first. Whatever is for your highest good is what you should be practicing on a regular basis. Whatever is for your highest good, so that you show up in every part of your life in your optimal state. Um, Trying to think if I want to give another example. I just, I'll just state this. I just feel that it makes you a stronger individual to deal with life, family, work, business, you know, friendship, everything, if you can show up as your authentic self. And a lot of us, unfortunately, have lost ourselves. This is another reason why I created this self love prescription because you don't really know who you are until you know who you are. And a lot of us have put down who we are for other people being our children, other people being our husbands or our significant others, other people being, coworkers, business partners, customers, things of that nature. We have put ourselves to the side so that we can show up for other people. But the opposite is what should happen, is that we should put ourselves first so that we can show up at our optimal state for all of those things that I just listed. It's a great, great concept, but it's an actual reality for many, which is why you see a lot of people able to achieve things that most people are like, how did he do that? Blah, blah, blah. How did she do that? Wow, I can't believe that. Yeah, because they have decided that what they're going to do um, is put themselves first. They believe in themselves. They push themselves. They speak to themselves. They have a practice, um, a regimen for building on what it is that they have, or what it is that they want, or what their goal is, or what their desire is. It's not a selfish thing. It's a self, what did Ayanna say? She said it was selfful to put yourself first. So I am going to go. I just wanted to come on with this concept um, to kind of sort of expound on it, and to kind of put a thought in your head, an aha, something. Um, I, as a single mom, found myself so drained every day. And when I started my morning moment or my morning routine, I found that that subsided and went away because I was pouring into myself first thing every morning. And so that I was sharper throughout the day. And so I didn't have that like grogginess at some point. I think my groggy point was at like 3 p.m. every day. I just got sleepy. Um, but yeah, I had more energy and just more at peace over time. The more that I did it, the more that I learned, the more that I added to my morning routine. Um, at peace with myself, happy with myself, um, and just a better me. And so I want that for all of you as well. So I hope that you have an amazing day. Spring is in the air, and I'll see you tomorrow.